हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम टू आवर चैनल। सो जो हम बात करने वाले हैं टुडे, लाइक व्हाट वी विल डू, we will learn that concept, like how to keep your program running until like whatever the number user want. Like if you say your choice is yes, it will like run the program again, and if you say no, it will stop it, like as in we do in a game programming. Okay, would you like to play again? Then it starts again. If you say no, then it will take you out or something. So for that I'm taking like computing a factorial of a number. So first what we will do, first we will write the code to computing factorial of a number. So I will take a number as an input. So I will say like num and int. I hope you know what is the purpose of writing int there. So it's a enter. It's a message, simple. Enter a number for which you want to compute its factorial. And factorial is simple. I hope you know this one. Let me write it. Factorial is like you have to multiply. You have to do this one, or you can write like this also, and it will be result of this is a 120. Okay, so now obviously, now if you remember in our loop question, we have to generate number from 1 to 5, or even though you can start by 2, because there is like when you multiply some number with 1, it will be that same number. Okay, so for x in range, either I can start by 1 and then I have to go up to 5. So I will write here n plus 1, and here you can write it as a 2. Okay, I'm doing right now is a 1, and then now I have to multiply and keep saving that result. So for that I have to use some variable. Let me write it f equals to 1, and then I will put it here, f equals to f, then multiply by x. Okay, and let me write it the result, like I will put it in a f notation. So it's like factorial 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 of num is then I will put it as f. Okay, so whenever we put something in a f, it will, the variable must be written in a curly brackets. Okay, so that its value will be there. So this is the simple code. Let me save it and run this. So if I give 5, it will be, oh, can you identify what is the error actually? Yes, it's a name error, and it says name n is not defined. Like with me, you have to focus on the errors. So its name n is not defined. If you notice, nobody raised this points actually. So here we define the variable num, here we define the variable num, but here we are using n. So let me update it to num, and it is related with the name num is not defined. If you notice, it is name error, and it says name num is not defined. It's not able to like identify. Okay, that value of n is not found to the system actually. So when I write 5, it says factorial of 5 is 120. That is okay. Now the point is, can we run it, keep running? Like it, after printing this, it will say, would you like to compute again? Okay, that may be the like option you want to add. So for that, simple, like I have to take input from the user again at this point, and if user says yes, then I have to compute again. If user says no, I have to come out. So simple logic is, I have to take a choice and I will put it as a string only. So it's a like wants to compute again, and in that case, if you noticed, it will be some choice. Okay, so if now here when I say choice, then you have to go for decision making. What are the choice actually? So the choices may be y or n. Okay, it's y or n. Y means You have to compute again. So if I say you have to compute again, so this must be came inside some loop. Okay, this must become inside some loop. So like so what I have to do now, so obviously I have to put a while loop. It's a while, and then I have to make it as a true. Okay, because if you say yes, I have to compute this part again. Okay, so this whole thing come inside this thing like as an indent. And if you say no, okay, so I'm writing for no actually. So if you say n, I will say simply break, and before that I will say simply like print like thanks for using our coding, like that. Okay, now what will happen? Technically, if we say like if you give y, so it won't come here and it will go there. That is okay. If you say n, it will come here. So let me run this one. So if I say f5 and here I says 5, then it says 120, then wants to compute again. That is the simplest message we got. And I don't put it as a int. Think for it and drop me in a comment why I don't put int in this line actually. So here what will happen? Wants to compute again. If I say yes, so it's like y. It's it won't come here and it keep on this line. Okay, because it is put it inside this while loop. This whole thing is in loop. So now I have to give another number. I give 6 and it says what? 720, and that is the value actually. So wants to compute again. Now I says n. It says thanks for using. So can you pause for a moment and then think for it like, is there any issue we have in this one? Like, is there any bug from this line to this line? Pause here, think for a moment. Okay, let's run again and then identify the bug. Suppose I give 5. Now, if I say, just example, in place of y and n, if I give a or maybe any other number, look at that, what happened. So here, what happened when I give a, it goes there again actually. Okay, and now it is asking me again to give something. If I give 123 as a choice, it is like it's taking it as a yes. Okay, so can we like add some features so that it will identify? So it is like whenever you give any value other than this, it will ask you again. Okay, so what we can do? Pause here, think for a moment. Obviously, you have to use some loop because wants to compute again. If user give any other value on y or other than y or n, you have to ask that person again like what will be your choice. That is not a valid choice. So it means you have to keep running this code. So now look at that. It will be while true here, and then it will be here only. Okay, it's not doing. Not an issue. I will use tab. Okay. So now if you give me n, it will come out of this loop. That's okay. Which loop? Now this, hold on. Now what will happen when we introduce one more loop? This break operation applied on this loop. So what will happen to this one? So now I have to modify something. Look at that. I'm just simply copying it, pasting it here, and then I will say it's like when you say yes, it says like we can put comment, some comment like running again. Okay, or you can write restarting. Okay, and then we put break. So break will come for this one actually. Break takes you out from the loop wherever it is put it. So it take you out from this loop. Okay, now what will happen? The same operation we are doing here. So now what will happen actually? So we have to like let's run this one first. How it will affect. So suppose if I give 5 and now this part executed, okay, and then it came here asking me for a choice. If I say yes, it says running again and take out of this loop and then running this one. That is okay. Now if I give 6, it's working. Now wants to compute again. Now if you say n, look at that, what will happen? It says thanks for using, that is okay. But now you are executing this break and then it comes here again. So now we are introducing one more concept here. Look at that. I'm using some variable. Okay, so if I say run, I am using the now, like you can define some variable as a boolean. Okay, so I will put it here as a run, and then I will say, like here I will put it as a run equals to false, because what I want actually, whenever you say no, that is a valid choice actually. Obviously that is a valid choice. Okay, and then it says thanks for using, and then it breaks. When it breaks, it comes here, but before coming to here, it will check the value of run, which is a boolean variable, and boolean variable holds value only true and false. One more point we will see. Look at that. Now what will happen if I run this one, and if I say 5, it's working, that is okay. Now you say y, it's yes. Okay, now you say 4, that is working. Now you say n, it says thanks for using. If you notice, you are out of the loop, whole loop. But what will happen if you give any other value? Let's run this one first. And if you give 5, now if you typed here as a choice 1 2 3, look at that, that is a feature we want actually. Wants to compute again, and here you must give a message actually. 123, just display a message like it's not a valid choice. Think for a moment, pause here, and just think that how we can introduce this option here, because that will be our third choice. First choice is yes, then second is no, and then third one is any other thing other than like y or n. So I will just pause here. Now look at that. First I will make it as a elif here, because it will, like, in case of false, then it will check. Okay, so at a time it will execute only one. Now I will write one more, any other thing other than this y and n. I will simply say print invalid choice. That is the option we want. Okay, now look at that. If I run this, and here if I say 5, it says wants to run again. If I say yes, that is working. If I say 6, it's working. Now if I say 123, it says invalid choice. So what will happen here? Yes, look at that, it's choice there, and it comes here because it won't go this one and this one. Okay, now what will happen if you give any other thing, like this, it says invalid choice. If you say any other symbols, it says invalid choice. And in case if you say y, it's enter a number. So if I say suppose 9, it's there. Now it says n, thanks for using. So all our cases are working. With the help of this boolean variable, we are able to control the outer loop, and this is the same concept generally used in a games, like they ask you whenever your life is not there, it says game over, would you like to restart or play again, then you say yes, then it will like start the game with setting the life equals to the initial values. Now one more point as a homework. Yeah, I always give homework actually. Okay, homework is like how you will handle the choices. Like if I give, right now I am doing this one as a y. Okay, can you handle this y, can you handle this y, and can you handle this y? Just drop me comment. And this is for the n also. Can you do this for n, n o, and it's a n o, and take one more case, it's n o and capital, both are capital. It's a, so can you do those cases here? Can you incorporate it those cases here, or can you do it smartly, actually, using Python tricks. So, guys, that's all for the today. I hope you enjoyed it. Drop me in the comment. Thank you. Keep learning, keep coding. Thank you.